Good evening, peeps. Good evening. This is Touch Glove Boxing. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours truly, Tre. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Yes.
Yo, what's going on, cuz?
Nothing much. You?
Yeah, you know what? I'm good. I'm blessed, obviously. I know this is obviously a weekend of mourning, of course. Obviously, have to give our condolences to the royal family, of course. The Queen, the Queen's passing is obviously something that's unprecedented. So, of course, naturally, no Premier League, no boxing, but there's still been things going on in the boxing world that we obviously needed to discuss and to have this platform to do it. It's obviously good. But other than that, hopefully you've had a good week, though.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Yeah, my week's been all right. Been a nice one. Can't complain.
Yes. All right, cuz man. Look, I want us to just get straight onto it, of course. We obviously just watched the face-off between Eubank and Conor Ben. So obviously big up Ade. He's obviously doing a tremendous job in terms of asking the right questions, the environment that he brings as well to the zone sort of platform. Obviously big up on that end. But what's your thoughts? Like, what do you gather from that face off?
There's a lot of mind games being played there. A lot of mind games. Come to think of it, I think Eubank Jr. He's training hard. He's going to take Conor Ben serious, and may the best man win. I mean, on paper, naturally, Eubank is the winner, but again, because he has to lose the weight, anything's possible when it comes down to fight night.
Definitely, I agree with you. Look, the mind games is there. You could clearly see it from Eubank, of course. There's confidence. Uh, what I think is because there's levels to the sport, of course. Experience. Fighting at that level, I would say, does play a big factor. And I definitely feel that Eubank sees Conor Ben as a little brother in this situation, and
Mm.
just wants to humble him and you know give him a proper lesson in boxing. But as you know, in this sport, it only takes one punch. Anything does happen. We've seen some incredible feats, of course. So look, I'm interested in the fight. It's a major fight. It's personal. It's for legacy, of course. Does the Eubank name continue to be the name that's on top, or does Conor Ben, cement his name as the next gen and levels the score?
I see it going to distance. I don't know why, because like you said, it's personal. It's personal. Remember, their dads fought 30 years ago. Just deep it, 30 years ago.
Yeah, some while
And
back.
it's personal. It's personal.
Old Trafford days, man, definitely for sure. And that's what I remember. Like, look, I've got Old Trafford behind me. Like that fight, the second fight between Eubank and Ben, absolutely huge. Let me let me just sort of not picture. Let me just sort of paint the scenario of how big this fight was for Britain. You have a world champion in Eubank fighting another world champion in Ben at Old Trafford, Manchester. Come on, this is the stuff of champions here. So the fact that their sons is going to continue this trend. I know it's not for any major titles, but look, the name itself just makes this fight a juicy one. So I can't wait for it. I can't lie.
Next month. Big one.
Yeah,
I mean,
October will be mad.
do you think Eubank will make weight?
Yeah, you'll make weight.
If he doesn't make the weight, does the fight still go on?
No, he'll cancel. From my understanding, if you know, if Eubank comes in at a certain weight, I'm hearing 58 point no 158.5 something. If he comes in around bigger than that, then Tibbs said he's gonna call it off straight away. So
Really?
there is a stipulation in place. Yeah,
I literally just thought he will be fine, like, a couple of hundred racks.
to an extent, but I think there's going to be a high rate that this could be cancelled if he comes in at a certain weight, because obviously they're trying to protect Ben, as you would, and you know, there's so many different sort of legislations in the sport. We don't know what this is all hearsay. Like, this is from what I'm hearing in, you know, different interviews. I could be wrong, but I definitely feel that Eubank knows he needs to come in at weight. He did say that if there's a point during sort of camp where he feels that he needs a bit of help in terms of his nutrition, he's obviously going to bring someone in. But throughout his career, he's obviously been able to do this stuff himself. He wants to continue to do that, and he's going to try his best to hit weight himself. If not, then he's obviously going to get a specialist with no pride, so he can make the weight, because it's very important. If he doesn't make a certain weight, then it's cancelled the fight. And you know, for both guys, you don't want no
Yeah, that'll
cancellation.
be a big disappointment. Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah.
I believe he'll make weight, but like I said, it's going to be an interesting fight. On paper, it's Eubank, but come fight night, anything can happen.
Definitely. Because, all right, you know what? Let's get to sort of the juicy part. You obviously wanted to really discuss this. We've obviously had, you know, conversations off air about this topic. We saw the back and forth between Fury and Joshua, of course. Joshua has obviously accepted this 60-40 proposal. Cuz, what's your initial thoughts? Should this fight happen? What do you think?
100%, 100%, and I'll tell you why. Because, like, look, the reality is, right, if this fight doesn't happen, it most likely won't happen, because Fury, all he has to do is fight Usyk, and if he beats Usyk, he's got nothing else to prove, really. He can just retire. And AJ is talking about, you know, becoming 3 times heavyweight champion of the world. If he was to fight Fury and beat Fury, technically by winning the WBC, that, you know, he's classed as a 3-time world heavyweight champion. But the thing is, like, look, Eddie Hearn was saying, you know, after AJ's defeat, you know, he's still in love with the sport. He's hungry. He wants him to do like a world tour, like fight in Japan, Australia, America, etc. That's all good. Now, the opponents, you're looking at top 15 or top 10, right? Again, that's all good. But the problem is, if he was to fight somebody, a nobody, and was to get beaten, then that's not good. Whereas Fury giving him an opportunity. Remember, Fury ain't got no mandatory challenge. He's giving him an opportunity. So if he was to lose to Fury, right, it could be like, do you know what? He got beaten by the better man. The same way he got beaten Usyk, he got beaten by the better man. But if he was to, don't get me wrong, he's capable of beating Fury. If he was to beat Fury, he's back in the mix.
It's true. No, definitely, I agree with you as well. And also, to sort of throw it out there as well, Joshua could either, you know, fight Fury, you know, for the belt, or, you know, we've just seen the fight, you know, last week, I believe it was Ruiz and Ortiz. He could obviously fight the winner at that, and the winner at that can then, you know, fight Fury. And so, in terms of level of competition,
remember,
yeah,
Ruiz and Ortiz, that was it's for the WBC eliminator semi-finals. So if Wilder beats Helenius, then Wilder fights Ruiz. Then the winner of that, you know, is mandatory for the WBC.
Oh, you're
so
right.
At the moment, when you deep it, you know, who is out there that Fury can fight? Don't get me wrong, yeah, there's people out there, but in terms of like stadium fight or big number fight, I mean, look, Joe Dress, he's tied in with Parker. Derek Chisora, I don't know if does he deserve the trilogy? Not to say he does. Well, does he deserve the trilogy? Dylan White, I don't know. I mean, if you wanted a rematch, would Fury give him the opportunity for the rematch? I don't know. I mean, who else? I mean, look, okay, Triple D, he ain't gonna fight Fury, is he? Not now. You know. So financially, it just makes sense to fight AJ. And
I agree.
AJ, put it this way, like, look, AJ will be geared up to fight Fury. I know a lot of people have been writing him off. Oh yeah, he ain't got a killer instinct. But mate, he's capable of beating anyone. Yeah, and not just that. This is how I see it, right? AJ vs Fury. This fight is the end of the era. Do you know what I mean? The heavyweight, because once it's done, that's it. Like, you know, the heavyweight champion of the world, whoever it is, nobody cares no more. It's gonna take a few. I wouldn't say a few years yet, but we have to build up another British heavyweight contender. You know, who can do the numbers like Fury and AJ. Do you know what I mean? You know, so it's gonna be different in the industry because, like, look, Wilder, he's even said he's got what 3 years left. He's like, what, 37, I believe. He's got 3 years left in the show. You know, new cats. We're looking at the new cats. So again, the likes of Triple D. There's another guy. I've forgotten his name.
No, you know what? I keep the funny thing is, it's like when you look at Joe Joyce's career, he seems like he's a young cat, but he's been around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. You know, so
coming as well, man.
Yeah, I mean, with my understanding, I think if Joe Joyce loses to Parker, I believe there's a rematch clause.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, so it's just one of them ones. It's getting long because, like, look, again, AJ vs Fury. My understanding is that Eddie Hearn wants to put a rematch clause in. So if AJ beats Fury, right, it's 60-40 AJ, yeah? And that means if AJ beats Fury, that means so who is Usyk going to fight? Well, technically Usyk can fight Wilder. But imagine if Wilder beats Usyk. This is just madness. This is crazy.
Yeah, so it's a bit mad right now, of course, man. And obviously when you think about it as well, Usyk, I'm guessing he's just waiting to see what happens with the belts, of course, because he wants to be undisputed, of course. That's his goal. But from what you said, obviously last week, in terms of him, getting some rest, before that big showdown, he wants to obviously spend time with his family, so fair dues on that. But what do you think is going to happen?
Well, here's the thing: I don't even know what's going on at the moment because Fury is saying he wants to fight either the 26th, end of November, or the beginning of December. So I think the 26th of November or the 3rd of December. But AJ wants to fight on the 17th of December. Now, my understanding, they're saying that Cardiff was booked for Fury for the 17th of December to fight Usyk. Obviously, that ain't happening no more. But Fury wants to fight AJ either the 26th or the 3rd of December. I just think, it's just long. If anything, AJ should just do the 3rd of December because, again, correct me, I could be wrong, but on the 18th of December, am I right in saying that could be the World Cup final?
Yeah, potentially, yeah, definitely.
And let's just say if it's England in that final, so it might clash. So I think the 3rd of December is probably a good date.
You know, that's actually a good shout, man. Just thinking about it from a sort of marketing perspective, you've got your thinking cap on, so obviously big up, man. Oh yes, man. Obviously, big up, Stricto. Obviously, big comment from him as well. Big up, my brother, man. Appreciate you obviously tuning into the show. Yeah, cuz obviously.
But here's the thing, sorry to change the subject. Do you think AJ should fight Fury now, or should he avoid it, fighting Fury?
No, I think he should just do it now. Like, if you know what, that's just me speaking from just being a competitor, because I feel that in life you have to take on challenges and you have to be able to bounce back from difficult situations. This is how champions are obviously been built. So, look, it's going to be interesting. I think it does make sense financially for both guys. From a commercial value, best of Britain, I could see that happening, of course. But it's down to Joshua. We don't know how hungry he is. We don't know if he wants it or not. His team might advise him, look, just take a step down, fight opponents that are, maybe not of that level yet, and then build up to that. It's entirely up to Joshua. But if it was down to me, because I'm a competitor, I'll get in there, try and get my titles, man. And try and get this title actually, because he hasn't got this.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
title, man. I keep forgetting that. Do you know what I mean? So
here's the thing: a lot of people are talking about, he has...
right.
No, so all right, I see a comment from Stricto. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to disagree because, like, look, remember he's a former heavyweight champion of the world, right? Former heavyweight champion of the world.
Mm.
He's been in the big fights and whatever, right? If he feels that he's ready and the hunger is still there, he should just do it because end of the day, look, he's got nothing to prove, win or lose. All right, some people could say if he was to get knocked out by Fury, that's it. But if he was to go all 12 rounds with Fury and lose on points, he still got it. At least he's beaten Wilder because I don't think Wilder's been all the way 12 rounds. Well, no, in fact, he has. Sorry, he has. Yeah. But even though, so he's still a big draw. But my only issue is that who should be his trainer? Because people are saying he should go with Robert Garcia, Robert McCracken, or is it Tony Sims, his original coach, who's now coaching Conor Ben, to bring that killer instinct. But I believe the killer instinct is in within you. No one can bring it out of you. It's in you.
Yeah. You know what it is. Look, I just want to put out this comment again. Obviously, big up Stricto as well, man. Loving what he does, with AFTV as well. So for him to be on the show, we appreciate that. So yep, I agree. Look, another loss will damage his confidence. That's going to be two top fighters that he's lost to. I
Yeah, but
definitely agree.
I hear that, but at least it's two good fighters. It's not two not known fighters. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, look, it's up to AJ's got. Like, he's done it all. I remember when he lost to Usyk. You see how upset he was. I believe that the fight is still there, but he just has to deliver. And I feel that Fury will be the guy to bring it out of him. Because look, you can imagine a press conference. Fury is going to be taking the mick. It's all about mind games. Fury is going to be taking the mick.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you because, like, for me, regardless of the titles or the levels or the losses and what's happened, the genuine beef between Fury and Joshua is there. Like they've probably called each other a few times before this pod, and they're bantering each other about knocking each other out. Like I think that's still there. Like that fight, regardless of what's going on right now, it does numbers. Like the way they can promote it, best of Britain. Do you know what I mean? Joshua's got his chance to avenge. Is this will be a major victory if he could actually pull this off. Cause this would be a
That's what I'm saying.
major
Because
victory.
I feel like I just see a comment from Stricto regarding AJ's confidence. Okay, AJ needs to manage his expectation. Fury wants to fight now, but look, end of the day, look. Again, it's down to AJ, and AJ has already accepted the challenge. So, in a way, you can't back out now. Do you know what I mean? And look, it's just down to him. It's really down to him. If you're hungry, then I suppose in this camp here, no luxury. Just go to the hood. I don't know. Go to the hood. Go. I don't know where it is. Where the hood is. Just go to the hood.
No, definitely. Obviously, another comment as well here. So, top two fighters that will put him outside the top fighters. Of course, it would be far more damaging. It would be, of course. Fury knows this is the time to fight AJ. Look, I do agree in terms of the timing on when to fight AJ. I definitely feel that this is the case. Of course, he feels that he would have an upper hand on him right
am I
now.
right in saying? So basically, what my understanding is, like, Fury is wants to fight the vulnerable AJ.
Basically.
Well, mate, it's boxing, isn't it? It's like, look, okay,
chess.
Yeah. It's like, all right, let's deep it and let's be real. When AJ and Fury fought Klitschko, that wasn't the prime Klitschko. If they had fought the prime Klitschko, would the result be the same? I don't know. Would the result be the same?
Boxing. Timing. But the thing is, it's all about timing at the end of the day. And look, because we used to watch WWE when we were younger, man. And let's say, for example, Triple H wants to fight for the WWE title. If the guy is injured, he's taking that shot. Why? Because he's a cerebral assassin. He wants to take them opportunities at all costs to be champion. And I definitely feel that maybe his sniffs that there's a bit of you know, confidence that's been lost from AJ, but
Mm-mm.
I think commercially, I just think that he knows that this is the biggest fight that he
Yeah,
can have
yeah.
before he sort of like retires, and he can go off and just chill
If
after
this
big
fight,
payday.
if this fight doesn't go his way, do you reckon that he will retire?
Yeah, easy. Yeah. From boxing anyway. Like I feel that he will do exhibitions maybe, but in terms
But
of the professional sort of level, in terms of defending his titles, I think he would try have a crack in fighting Usyk, you know, for all the titles. I think that's what he wants deep down.
yeah, yeah.
He
But
knows that's
what about Wilder? Everybody wants to see AJ and Wilder. Do you think that'll ever happen?
yeah, definitely. Cause
But
that's
wouldn't you say it's more dangerous fighting Wilder than fighting Fury?
definitely, yeah, 100%, 100%. Because with Wilder, the thing is, all he needs is you just need to blink for 2 seconds and or a second and bang, like it's lights out. Obviously, Fury showed a lot of heart, a lot of grit. Like he's just showing that he's just a man of steel, of course, man. The way he just obviously got up, like the Undertaker, kept on coming back. But another guy getting hit clean by Wilder. You've seen his knockout percentage anyway, man. Like
Mm-mm.
it's crazy. Yes, you can argue some of the level of opponents that he's fought, but you know, you've seen what he's done to Fury, for example. For the first fight, you could argue that, you know, he knocked Fury down for more than 10 seconds for the first fight.
Mm,
We could be
mm.
having a different discussion today.
Okay, so all right. AJ vs Wilder. How do you see that one going? What's the outcome?
It's night night, baby. That's it, Bran. It's night night, baby. That's it. Obviously, big up iBoxing Hub.
Yeah.
No, don't watch, brother. Obviously, we
Mm,
know that there was
mm.
the face off between Eubank
Nah.
and Ben, but it's good to obviously have you on the show, of course. Yeah, cuz man, obviously, if Wilder was to fight AJ in Nigeria, you know, with Wizkid,
Mm,
Burna Boy, you know, bringing out the fighters, you know, big
mm.
vibes. I definitely feel that Wilder man will get the knockout. I reckon, man. But
Also,
it would be a tremendous event, though, man. I think it will be a big event. I think Africa needs these sort of events to rejuvenate, you know, the country's energy, man. Like we
mm,
need to be seeing these fights back home.
yeah. So what you're saying is right. AJ, if he doesn't fight Fury, he should go on a world tour to build up his confidence. Do you really think the world tour will build up his confidence? Because he can get into trouble.
You know, there's no right or wrong answer in this situation, cuz man. It's mainly down to Joshua, man. What does we need to know what's going on in Joshua's mind, man. Does he
Yeah.
wanna, you know, does he wanna swim in deep water straight away and fight Fury, you know,
Mm,
get in
mm,
that level again? Or does he just wanna, you know, build up that chemistry, which is the proper thing to do with
mm,
Robert Garcia? And let me also point out there as well, man, if
mm,
Robert Garcia is your coach as well, man, let the man be your coach, man. I just felt that he wasn't the one that's guiding him in the corner, man. I think he's just got too many different distractions there, man. Like if you look at like Maidana versus Mayweather number one, and you
mm,
hear Robert Garcia in Maidana's corner, he's do this,
mm.
do that, he's just on him. Like that's the sort of energy that I expected Garcia to have with Joshua, man. But it just seemed like he's like a bit not scared, but just you know, I don't know if you get where I'm coming from, cuz.
No, I told you. A lot of people said that. A lot of people have been saying, like, look, you can't have two ears in the corner. You need one set to it. So you can't have two mouths in one corner. You need one coach, one person that you listen to. Like somebody said it. Somebody said it's weird how he had Angel Fernandez and Robert Garcia because it seemed like reason why he brought in Robert Garcia because maybe he wasn't too confident with Fernandez. I don't know. You know, so
Trust me, he knows. I Boxing Hub knows, man. Rumble in the Jungle 2 settings. That's what we need. We need
mm.
that, man. We need these fights back in Africa, man.
or
Like
chaos in Lagos.
chaos. I'm taking who come up with that again?
Ade.
Chaos and Ade, obviously, big up Ade, man. Big up, big up, big up. We obviously love that energy. Cause obviously, I want us to quickly just go through what happened this week. Of course, like I
Mm,
can't lie, I was really excited for Shields versus Marshall. I was really excited for Maya, versus Alicia
mm,
Gardner. These two fights, especially for women's boxing, I definitely felt that this was gonna be a
mm,
proper scrappers, man. Genuine rivalries as well, man, and big fights.
mm.
But what did you take from like the press conference? The final
You know
one, the
what?
workouts outside in the
The
boat as well. That was pretty unique.
the final press conference. How can I put it? Something tells me I could be wrong, but I know Savannah. She's very quiet, but I just feel that she knows she's in for a long night, you
Yeah,
know, because Shields said it so like, who have you fought? Who's elite? Who have you fought? Because remember,
yeah,
the belt that Savannah's got is actually Shields' belt, but I think she had to vacate it to fight
you
somebody else to
said
become
it. Yeah,
undisputed.
yeah, cuz you
So
said it.
it's more like it's like the fight's happening next month, right, on the 15th of October.
Yeah,
So
provisionally. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
earlier, earlier. Who
It's
knows?
listen. I just this is how I see it. Savannah might keep it long and try to box, or Shield might just expose her and knock her out. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
That is what I'm
I
saying.
can't because I think a lot of people are underestimating Shields because obviously they say she hasn't got knockout power, blah blah blah. But well, come fight now, we will see something special.
Cause it's level. You know what it is, yeah. Honestly, and when look, big up, Salita as well, man. Dimitri Salita as well. He obviously, fought for his fighter there, in the
Yeah,
conference. He said
yeah,
that there's levels, man, because you have to
course,
look
yeah.
at the opponents that Shields fought, and she's right. You're not going to be able, especially when you're fighting at the world
Mm,
level, the highest level, there ain't going to be knockouts like that, man.
nah.
There's going to be chess matches, man. And
Mm,
a lot of the fights that she fought, were world level fights, man, for titles. And
mhm.
you look at what she's done, winning 12 different world titles, undisputed in two different divisions, two-time Olympian. This is all after that amateur defeat against Marshall. And I feel that
But
amateur defeat they're dragging that, man.
do you know what? Exactly. But that amateur defeat, yeah, I watched it. But it was so crap. Like, no disrespect to women, but it's just like nobody was outboxed. And I don't know, again, judges gave it to Savannah. But just remember, Shields was 17. She's 27. She was only 17. She's
Yeah,
still a kid. But yeah, again, enough said, but we will see on the night. We will see on the
yeah.
night who really wants it. But just going to iBoxing's a comment, but AJ vs N1 is a big boxing event. It is, but eventually the fans they'll get bored. Like they want to see a big fight. Like I said, look, big fights like AJ Fury or possibly AJ and Dylan running again. Would it be in O2 Arena again? I don't know. Or would it be Wembley Arena? I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
But he can't just fight. He can't just fight a nobody. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting these top 15 around the world, but it's just like, dude, like you're a former heavyweight champion, and it's down to you. If you want to, if you want to get those belts back, you're gonna have to knock out a few people. This is how I see it, right? If he wants to do a world title, a world tour, you have to go and fight Baby Miller, yeah, in Madison Square Garden, and then
Yeah.
fight Wilder. If you go past both of them, then you can knock on Fury's door, or maybe I don't know. Usyk might want to give AJ a trilogy. I don't know because remember Usyk, he's a free agent.
Yeah, no, cuz you know what you're saying right now, cuz like I'm just right now I've got my promoter's hat on right now, and
Mm-hmm.
if I was just thinking about it, if I was thinking about rebranding, you know, Anthony Joshua, I'll do a US tour. Like, cover states in the USA. Do you know what I mean? If he's gonna have these fights, he's gonna have to build that sort of respect from the Americans, man, and fight some top, not top, but like within the sort of top 15 in the States. Why not? Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you ask any sort of American, when you mention AJ, they just think, oh, the Ruiz one fight, he got knocked out. That's what a lot of Americans think.
I mean, would you, funny you say that, would you want to see Ruiz and AJ again, trilogy?
Definitely.
Because at the moment it's 1-1.
Yeah, we said at the same time it's 1-1. Like, he's calling for AJ. He wants AJ. Like, it's 1-1, and I think it's only right, especially with how things have happened, in these past few years, I would say. Joshua's obviously lost twice to Usyk. So in terms of the pecking order, he's gone down in the sort of chain. So definitely, if Ruiz, beats Wilder, for example, then Ruiz versus Joshua, that would be huge. But I just think Wilder, man, he's on a different scale, man.
Well, let's wait and see. Remember, like, again, has Wilder still got it in him?
Oh yeah, we're gonna see against Hellenius. We're gonna see. We're definitely gonna see against Hellenius, man. But yeah, cuz man, we've hit that mark for the show, of course. Really enjoyed it, of course. Look, I just wanted to say once again, condolences to the royal family, of course, for the Queen. And look, we know that there's not been any sports, but look, it's a respectful one, and I'm happy that we've obviously come on the pod and we've been able to discuss some topics that's been, in our minds throughout the week, especially within sort of boxing. But cuz, like, how are you gonna sort of wrap this up? Lastly, before we go, we've got a last little comment from iBoxing Hub, and I think this is a sweet one still. What do you think, cuz? So Eddie has already spoken of the world tour. AJ will fight in China, US, Middle East, Mexico to plug in the zone. Yep, look, I think that.
Well, funny you say that.
Yeah.
Frank Warren put a statement out, said, next week we're going to find out what's going on with the negotiation with AJ and Fury. If it doesn't happen, then I suppose that's the route AJ is going to go. But we'll just have to wait and see, innit?
Just have to wait and see. Obviously, big up, cuz, once again, Mr. Sports Entertainment. How you gonna end this, man? The one and only.
Yeah, same as usual, man.
Are you gonna end this, cuz?
Listen, thank you for tuning in. We're here every Sundays at 7:30. Just have a productive week next week, and remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we're out.
We're out. Show some love, and we're out.